We got some more news. I just saw this recently. It says 11 hours ago it was posted, so we'll see what it says. It says Saul Mateus Denise is opening his own spot in New Jersey. Why is everybody opening their schools in New Jersey? So who will be the main instructor teaching at Marcelo Garcia NYC after he leaves? So we talked about Marcelo. He moved to Hawaii, and then Mateus Denise became the head coach at Marcelo Garcia's NYC location. So now apparently he's opening up his own school. So again, Alliance schools can't keep nobody. And Marcelo is technically an Alliance school. Because he's a world champion, remember what I said, Alliance can't control you. But if you're a world champion, you know they can't control you. You can do you're Marcelo Garcia, you can do whatever you want. You can partner up with Alliance when you want to. You can do your own thing when you want to. You ain't gotta pay no association fee. You ain't gotta wear no Alliance uniform. Nothing. You do whatever you want. You're not a world champion black belt. You're not Marcelo Garcia or Lucas Lepre or Cobrinha. You got to do whatever they tell you to do. Someone says, I think Joel has been teaching the longest. I don't know who that is, but he teaches the morning classes. Did Academy members know this was happening before, or was it all kind of sudden? Do we know where in Jersey the new spot is? Is it MGA affiliate? Nighttime World says, I can't remember his name, but I think that's what happens at Mika's school. Baby Shark got chosen at the ADCC, so the other guy had to step down, and then he ended up leaving and going to Alliance. Fabricio Andre, yeah, he's at Alliance now. I think he's also dating a girl there. I'm not sure the timeline on that, but man, there's only one spot. There's especially ADCC. There's only one spot, 66 kilograms or 77. You got Baby Shark, and then you have Mika. All right, bro. Good luck. You want to go to 88, Fabricio Andre? I mean, he's strong enough to go, but most people can't. So that's why you see people switching teams. We talked a little bit about Gabriel Souza. He was training at Otto, so he might be representing them for 66 for CJI. Fabricio Andres representing Team Australia somehow. You just got to go where you fit in, bro. Sometimes you don't fit in these big gyms, these big teams. I don't know much about the new gym. It's 50 minutes by train, according to Mateus. I forget where he said it exactly, but many found out last night on his last class. Wow, big news there, guys. Big news. I think he had put the word out a couple of months ago to other staff members. So I guess he wants to do his own thing. Usually when they do this stuff, it's about money. Or either he lived in New Jersey already, or he wanted to move to New Jersey, or it's about money. Maybe Marcelo wasn't paying him that much. I don't. Those guys. Marcelo's gym in Manhattan, so it costs a lot of money to rent the school. Not the first person Marcelo's had to let go. He had Bernardo Fria there. I don't know. I don't think Bernardo was making too much money. And then he had to go start his own thing, and then that led to BJJ Fanatics. So you guys, if Marcelo Garcia had paid Bernardo better, there would be no BJJ Fanatics. He would have stayed in Manhattan. He would have stayed with Marcelo. So sometimes people want their own thing. They want their own business. They want to run it the way they want to. They don't want to have a boss. That's how it is sometimes. And when you're with these big associations, they tell you what to do for your whole life. These old dudes be telling you what to do the whole time at your own school. It says, I don't know much about the new gym. It's 50 minutes by train. Okay, I read that. From what I understand, it's going to be a combination of Scott and Kanan. I don't know who these guys are. Do you guys know those guys? I think Scott sounds familiar. I'm assuming Scott. Imagine Marcelo comes back. That would be pretty sick. Someone who is salty. Mateus is leaving. LOL. Mateus, he got his issues too. Says word. I haven't been up to train at Marcelo Garcia since pre-COVID, before Bernardo, Satava, Tinoco, and others departed. So wasn't sure who was left there. Who was left now that Denise will be opening his own spot. So. I mean, all those guys, Marcelo used to have, man, imagine they kept all those guys there. They had Bernardo, Satava, Tinoco, Denise, Dylan, Uh, what's the other guy? Munch. They had a lot of good guys there, but they can't keep those guys. It's hard to keep those guys. There's not enough opportunities for all those guys. Bernardo had to leave. He went to Boston. Started BJJ Fanatics. Satava left. He's in Texas now. Tinoco left. He's with Bernardo now in Boston. Denise going to Jersey. We don't know what happened to Munch. And Munch going to UFC. Dylan, we don't know what happened to Dylan. He's around somewhere. Says that training room was in Gianni's in with Bodega. That training room was insane. Marcelo Garcia, Bernardo, Dylan, Dennis, Denise, Paul Schreiner, Tinoco, Satava, Grippo, Dominica, Munch, etc. Definitely one of the toughest rooms in the world around 2016. I got to visit around that time and it was insane and everyone was so cool. Great atmosphere in the room at the time and it taught me a lot. Scott's awesome too and a really nice guy on top of that. So that's basically what happened at Alliance. That's basically what's going to happen at AOJ. That's basically what's happened at Atos. There's just not enough opportunity for everybody, guys. Utah's there. Shout out to Utah. It says, dang, Marcelo Garcia, Paul Schreiner, and Denise no longer teaching at HQ. Definitely sucks. The good news is Marcelo has an army of fantastic black belt instructors. Yeah, but it's not the same. There's no landmark instructor where you're like, man, I can't wait to go. Same thing with Henzo Gracie's. They used to have Danaher. People would go to Henzo's just for Danaher. People would travel to New York City to go train with Danaher. People go to New York City. Oh, I gotta train with Marcelo. Now there's no landmark instructor. I think Murillo's the last landmark instructor. Murillo and maybe JT Torres. Like they're gonna attract people to go train there. They may not be as well known, but they are very gifted teachers. So what that means is that they can pay those guys less. That's what I'm hearing. You're not as good as Denise. You didn't win ADCC. We're gonna pay you less. They're not gonna pay you the same amount as Denise. And Denise left, so he probably wasn't getting that much money, and then you getting less money than Denise. Bernardo wasn't making that much money, and he had to leave. So there's really no opportunities for these guys. Mateus bought MG. Mateus bought Marcelo Garcia NYC when he moved to Hawaii. I guess it was just to experience NYC. You said he bought this gym? Well, I don't think he owned the gym. If he's leaving the gym, I don't think he owned the gym. I think he was just in charge. I think Marcelo or whoever still owns it. I'm sure. And then Mateus was just an instructor at the gym, making a salary, possibly. I don't think he owned the gym though. Sometimes you can buy the gym out. I don't think it would make sense for Mateus to buy out Marcelo Garcia. It would be too expensive. Because Mateus is not Marcelo. Mateus is popular. He's famous. He won ADCC, but he's no Marcelo Garcia, And that Manhattan rent got to be high, guys. So that's why he's going back to Jersey. That's where all the smart people live. New Jersey. That's where I am. It says, which town in New Jersey is Denise opening? Good luck in New Jersey, bro. Jersey full too. You got a ton of schools. I just went to Meow Bros in Jersey City. What you think you can afford in Jersey, bro? Says I saw a recent post where Mateus said he owns it. He might have had ownership of it. If you can send it to me in the chat, I'll look for it. But I don't think he owned it. I think he had ownership of the gym. Well, I don't think he has ownership now. You think he has ownership of the gym now? Or he still does? Maybe he does have ownership of the gym and he's just starting his own thing. We'll see. I could be wrong. Maybe he does have ownership of the gym. He gets a percentage or something. It's possible. But if he had ownership of the gym, why is he starting his own school? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's going to do both, or it sounds like he's not going to be at Marcelo Garcia's gym anymore. Where did you see this? Doesn't seem to be on his Instagram. Not sure where else to look. So if you can send that to me, I'll look for it. I'll talk about it. But Yeah, it's possible he got ownership. I don't know why. So I think in his stories, we're gonna go through the stories a little bit. Let it cycle through naturally. He's got some camp coming up. So we got some pictures. Can you guys see? I don't know if you guys can see. So let's see. It says won't be the same gym without you, Mateus Denise, but pumped for your next move. I'm looking where they said he had ownership on the gym though. Jason Whitfield, we're looking for that. I don't sound like you got ownership. If you got ownership, you ain't really leaving. You just I won't be around as much, but I'm still making money from this. So I think he maybe had a deal worked out where he had some ownership, but maybe he relinquished that. I don't know. Wishing you all the success on your journey. Um, your energy will be missed. Um, Actually, it might be. Don't take this the wrong way, but that might have been the best move getting Mateus Denise out of there. He need to go do his own stuff and do whatever he wants over there in Jersey. Seeing you in New Jersey, my brother. See you in New Jersey, my brother. Wishing you tons of success. I mean, most of these people live in Jersey anyway. Yeah, most of these people live in Jersey. They commute to the city for work, and then they gotta be training. He might steal people from Marcelo's, to be honest. Muito obrigado por tudo, Professor. Thank you for everything, Professor. Very thankful. This thing going too fast. Very thankful for your influence on my jiu-jitsu over the last 3 years. Sad to see you leave, but very happy for you. Yeah, that don't sound like you own the business anymore, Jason Whitfield. Thank you, Professor. Mateus Denise. What is that? Not goodbye. Just see you a bit in Jersey. I mean, it's one train ride, guys. He ain't going nowhere. He one train ride away. Get on that train, go down to dirty Jersey. Or if you live in Jersey, now some people will go to the city just to train with Marcelo. Well, Marcelo ain't there. Well, they were training with Mateus. Now Mateus ain't there. They're just going to train in Jersey now. What's the point if you live in Jersey? Unless you're close, you work in Manhattan or something, or you're close in somewhere in the city, you can commute to Marcelo's. It makes no sense to really train in New York, train in the city if you got a place in Jersey, or maybe split your time or something. That's what most of my friends do. You got him with the girl, a little too cozy. Couldn't have asked for a better home with the energy you brought to the gym. Pada bins on your new adventure. Jason says, I think he spoke about the ownership on a Flow Grappling video. I'm going to have to look for it. Get ready to see what this guy's cooking. Thank you, as always, Mateus Denise. I learned from BJJ. I learned BJJ from Mateus Denise. Thank you, and good luck, Os. Congratulations on the new chapter. Can't wait to see the vision come to life. Good luck on your new journey. Word on the street is that Mateus Denise is opening up his new academy in Jersey. Super pumped to hear you are a role model and a brother to me. See you in Jersey. Thank you for everything. Good luck with everything. We might watch that tomorrow. Jason Whitfield. I'm a little tired, so we'll see. Doesn't sound like he's got ownership in the gym anymore. It sounds like he's doing his own thing. I could be wrong. Usually, if you got ownership in the gym, you're still going to be connected to the gym. But that doesn't mean I could be wrong.